Okay, I'm here with Nancy. And Nancy, you're from Birmingham?
Yes.
Okay, and tell me, you have fibromyalgia?
For quite some time.
Okay, and how long would you say that you have suffered with the symptoms of fibromyalgia?
Since the early 90s.
Okay, and so how long was it, how many doctors have you seen for fibromyalgia? Before you were diagnosed, how many doctors do you think you've seen?
Maybe 5.
Just for treating symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And before you started talking with Dr. Murphree, what was the average day in your life like? Like, what was your activity level and your social interaction? What were you able to do?
I kind of would go up and down. Some days I'd feel all right, and there were the other days I literally would never get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
Always was in a lot of pain. I rocked around in a fog. Just really didn't feel like I should be feeling my normal self.
Mm-hmm.
I took all the medication that your regular doctors give you for the anti-inflammatory and everything, and really nothing helped.
Mm-hmm.
It might dull it, but it never helped.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved back to Birmingham in 2008, and that's I had been going through a lot of stress, and my mother died in 2011, and I decided then it was time to get Nancy some help.
Right.
And I found out about Dr. Murphree.
Okay. So tell me, how was your sleep during those years? I mean,
well, I was on medication for sleep, but I didn't sleep well.
Mm-hmm.
I would wake up in the morning and I wouldn't feel rested.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Were you on? Did you have to take something for pain?
Yes, I took something for pain, and I took something for a pain, muscle relaxer, something to relax me, and a sleeping pill. I was on lots of medication.
Yeah.
And Dr. Murphree has got me off all of except my thyroid and one other medication.
That's great. That's really good. Tell me about your digestion and your moods and your memory. How was that affected by fibro?
Memory was really affected. I started doubting myself, am I getting Alzheimer's or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
But my moods, I was depressed. I was on 2 antidepressants, and one of them was Cymbalta, that also is supposed to help fibromyalgia, and it maybe did
for a little while.
But my friends tell me the transformation in the last year is like I'm a different person, and I feel like a different person.
That's great. So your energy has improved?
My energy has really improved. I'm really back up to what I used to be.
Good. And how is your sleep now?
It's better. It's much better.
Okay.
I can't say I don't have great, but every night's great. But at my age, I think people do start having difficulty with sleep patterns more so than you did when you're younger.
I think as we get older, like as an infant, we need 10 or 12 hours of sleep, and the older we get, the fewer we need to get by.
I think so. Right. I truly believe that.
Okay, and how did you find Dr. Murphree?
I was surfing one night online, and I saw his ad pop up, and I went to his website, and I read everything I could about him. And I just decided I was going to make that call, and I did. And I think it was the smartest move I've made for myself, because I learned certain things about myself that I didn't really realize. That one of the biggest things was I've been on thyroid medicine ever since I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And then when I'd have blood work done, they would say, "Oh, your thyroid's fine," but it really wasn't. And till I started taking the supplements with my thyroid, boy, what a difference I felt.
Yeah.
And I think that helped increase my energy level. and how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
then I got on a gluten-free diet.
Right. That helped too
Oh,
with
man.
inflammation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I go to the grocery store and I look for everything that's gluten-free.
And now you know how to shop in the grocery store too for your health and not just to be.
And just in the past year, I am seeing where the grocery stores are carrying more gluten-free products.
Exactly.
And if I vary off of it, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I suffered from IBS too.
Mm-hmm.
And since I've seen Dr. Murphy, I don't have IBS.
That's great.
It really is great.
That's wonderful. So, tell me, since you've done your program with Dr. Murphree,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like the money that you've spent on Dr. Murphy's program and on your supplements, you feel like that the results that you've seen in the past year have been worth the money you've spent?
Oh, absolutely. I really do.
And tell me, what would you like to say to people who are maybe sitting on the fence and trying to decide, do I want to call him? Do I want to call their office? Or is this just going to be more money on my health where I'm not getting a lot of results? What would you tell somebody who just kind of didn't know if they decided to call or not?
Well, I have a real good friend that I just sent to Dr. Murphy yesterday, and I finally said to her, for 8 months I've listened to you complain, and you've done nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and your doctor has not helped you.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it's worth your life
Mm-hmm.
to get your life back. I mean, she never felt good. She's always having problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I just told her, I said, you're investing in your health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at our age, we need to take care of our health.
Mm-hmm.
And I would encourage anybody that has fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, irritable bowel, that there is hope.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel better.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. I appreciate you sharing your story with us today, and thank you for being such an inspiration for others, because your testimony will help. It will help encourage people to make that step to decide to get their life back.
Well, it's something everybody needs to do for themselves, and it's a commitment, but it's also something that when you first start feeling better, it's like, oh, you don't even know how, can't hardly handle it, you feel so better. And then you go somewhere and people say, what have you done?
Mm-hmm.
Are you, and people start noticing that you feel better.
Yeah.
And the water
is
a big plus.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing your story with me.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being here. Thanks.